we're going to add graffiti to a brick wall. So we're going to start with some of the brick walls that I provided for you in classroom. If you go into classroom, I provided a couple different examples of brick walls, so just pick one and drag it across into Photoshop to get you started. And this will be the background we're going to work with. Then we're going to use the text option. So the T here on the left, that will type. So we're just going to type whatever you want to type. I'm going to put vote just because it seems simple. And then choose a font that looks very graffiti-ish. I chose Flood Standard. And then make it large enough where you can really edit it. So we have our text here. To make the text look not quite as perfect, we can warp it a little bit. So if you come up to type, warp text, again I'm under type, warp text, then you'll get some of the warp text options, and you can choose something something just kind of fun to make it look not so perfect. Fisheye kind of makes the center bigger and that outside smaller, but it is really up to you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and type in example. You guys do not have to do this. This is just for me and my purposes. 60. Okay, again, you do not have to type example. Okay, so going back to the layer that says vote. Okay, to customize this and make it look like graffiti in this gray area here, we're just gonna double click on the bar and set a bunch of these options, okay? The first and a really important thing is that when you're in blend mode, you can, just on blending options, either put it in screen, or you can go ahead and change this fill opacity down to a very low number. But this way you can make it see-through. So basically, we don't want to see the inside right now. We're just going to see the effects so that we can see the brick through it. I'm going to turn on 4 different areas, and then I'll go through and show you how to customize them. I'm going to turn on bevel and emboss. I'm going to turn on inner shadow. You can start to see what they do. I'm going to turn on satin, and I'm going to turn on color overlay. Actually, I'm not going to turn on color overlay, or maybe I am, but I'm going to change the blend mode. Okay, so right now those are the ones. You can also turn on, you know, if you really want to have a small outer glow or a small drop shadow, you can do those things as well. Okay, in classroom or in the assignment, I went ahead and added a slide to help you with all the screenshots that you will need. So if you want to look at the details there instead, you can. Okay, but going back to this, my blending option is still on screen. Under bevel and emboss, make sure you choose, I'm going to choose inner bevel. Either way, it will kind of give it that 3D look around the edge. And that's what beveling does to it. Technique, I'm choosing chisel hard. And I'm going to keep kind of a medium to low depth, size, and soften. The highlights, I'm going to choose blue and red, but you can choose whatever color you want. It just kind of gives it that edge of a little bit of a color. Okay, the inner shadow. Blend mode, I'm going to leave it at normal. And basically, I just want a very small inner shadow to kind of give it, see what the difference is, to make it look like it has a shadow to it. Satin is where you're going to get the inside color. On blend mode here, I'm going to choose overlay again, so I can see the brick through it. And then I chose bright green, but you can choose whatever you want, okay? And again, a low distance, low size. And then for drop shadow, I just left it on a dark blue. You can leave it on normal or multiply. It shouldn't really matter that much on the shadow. You just kind of want a little bit of an edge to it. Okay, so customize these, play with these until they look like you would want them to look, and then go ahead and take a screenshot and turn this in.